Hello students, welcome to mathematics class. Students, this is part 9 of the chapter Basic Geometrical Ideas. In this part 9, we will learn the definition of a circle and solve some of the questions from the exercise 4.6. Coming to the circle, in your lower classes, you have learned the shape of a circle, how does it look, and meaning of it. It looks like a complete round where you know that it is a closed curve, but it is a simple closed curve. The new thing what you have learned is it is a simple. Why we call that is a simple? Because sometimes curves will cross itself. When they cross itself, they are not called simple. Where in the case of circle, it won't cross itself. It is a simple closed curve, which is not a polygon, obviously, but it has got some more specialities. For example, if I take, this is also a simple closed curve but not a circle, and even not a polygon. How do I define a simple closed curve which is not being a polygon and being circle? So we will learn in this today's session the definition, how we can say a simple closed curve and not being a polygon when it becomes circle. With what conditions will it become circle? Mainly, it has some specialities, that is, it has got some very special properties which we are going to learn today. Anyhow, students, this circle you can find in our environment in most of the objects, such as wheel of your bike. Your bike means your father's bike, I mean, or the bangle that your mother wears, or your sister wears, or you yourself wears, provided if you are girl cadet. And even the coin that you use, 1 rupee coin, 2 rupee coin, or 5 rupee coin, all these are round in shape or somewhere related to the word circle. So in our environment, you find many things that are round. The examples that which I have mentioned are there. And where do we use this knowledge of circles? Students, you might have observed heavy objects, if you want to move from one place to the other place, you need a trolley where tires are circle in shape. On the trolley, you load a luggage and pull it or push it. Even in olden days, heavy metals were rolled over logs. So here the idea of circular cylindrical shape used because it can be easily moved So this knowledge comes from the circle, where circle moves very fluidly, very easily. So this application knowledge certainly made people to use it in transportation. So round shape, we have learned where were they, and they have been used extensively even from the ancient days in the transportation. Mainly now I want you knowing very important the definition of a circle. Let me give you definition of a circle mathematically. You note down it, and we will see with one activity or with an example how that definition can be understood. Students, circle is a collection of points which are at constant distance from a fixed point of the same plane. This is the definition. Very important. Mathematically, this is the definition. Coming down to the activity to understand this circle definition, once again I'll repeat. Circle is a collection of points which are at a constant distance from a fixed point of the same plane. We will be seeing this example. Suppose you wish to make a circular garden. How will you proceed? This is the situation. For that, you can take 2 sticks and a piece of rope. Drive one stick into the ground. That means one stick you can fix on the ground like a stump, but not 3 stumps, 1. If you drive one stump into the ground, it stands straight like that. So one stick you are asked to drive into the ground. That acts as a center of the circle. It will act as the center of the proposed circle. From 2 loops, one at each end of the rope, means take a piece of rope, tie one end to this stump like stick which is fixed on the ground, and the other end of the rope you tie it to the another stick. Place one loop around the stick at the center, as I said already. Put the other around the other stick. Now keep the sticks vertically, that is perpendicular to the ground. Keep the rope tight all the times and trace the path like how it is shown in the figure. How it is shown in the figure, you trace the path. Because of the one fixed point, and because of this a fixed distance, as the rope is very tight, the other end is moving and causing circular trace. Remember children, this trace is the shape of a circle. Thus we get a circle. You know, while you will be playing cricket, you will have the first loop close to the pitch. that is 20 yards, 22 yards pitch, you will have restriction in the power play. Only these many people can be outside of the first loop. Though the second loop doesn't look like a circle, it looks almost like a circle, but first loop is definitely a circle. In cricket I am talking. So you know the shape of a circle, how it is extensively used in the games such as already I mentioned cricket, and the other game where you could see the shapes extensively is basketball, where you called D is almost a half a circle type shape, and even in football, hockey, you'll have D is marked. So anyway children, very important, naturally every point on the circle that we have drawn is at equal distance from the center. So this fact we are using while defining the very important, we will be defining circle with that condition. So that's why mathematically we define circle as a collection of points which are at a constant distance, or which are at a fixed distance, or which are at equal distance from a fixed point of the same plane. Okay. So now we will continue with another important topic of circle called parts of a circle. Now we will see parts of a circle. Children, parts of a circle mainly you can understand with this diagram. In this diagram, you could see a point C, which we called it as center. Then we have got on circle point A, point P, point B, and a point M, which are lying on the circle. You can see that the distance from C to A, or C to P, or C to B, or C to M will be same, where we call this distance from the center of a circle to any point on the circle is same or constant, or you can say fixed distance. With that condition we defined even circle, and they are equal because of the construction of a circle, or by the definition of a circle. Now that distance is called radius. Even the radius means, along with the distance from the center of a circle to any point on the circle, it also sometimes refers the line segment, line segment CA or CP or CB or CM. They are also referred sometimes, or referred with the same word, radius. So thus the definition of a radius you can note down. The radius is a line segment that connects the center to a point of the circle. That connects the center of the circle and to any point on the circle. So this could be a definition, or other way, radius is the length of that line segment joining center of a circle and any point on the circumference of a circle. That way also we can define. Now students, here you could see CP and CM. This CP and CM both radii. This radii is the plural of the word radius. They are lying on a same line. So you can see that point P, point C, point M are lying on a same line, where CP and CM are making one line segment together, where this PM is called diameter. So diameter is a line segment joining any two points of a circle and passing through the center. So diameter is a line segment passing through the center and having both of its endpoints on the circle. So you can define diameter as a line segment passing through the center and having both of its endpoints on the circle. Now, is diameter double the size of a radius? Yes. Why? Because diameter contains both radii, so double the radius is equal to diameter. Sometimes diameter refers length of that line segment also. Now you could see here a line segment PB, where if you join any 2 points of a circle, we get a line segment called chord. So here PB is a chord, XY is a chord. So how do you define chord now? Chord is a line segment joining any 2 points of a circle. Remember children, very important, any 2 points of a circle. Now next question comes, is this diameter is a chord? Is this PM is a chord? Obviously yes, because P and M are 2 points of a circle and we are joining them. This line segment is also a chord, And now tell me, what is the specialty of this diameter? It is the longest chord. So diameter is the longest chord. Now children, can I say every diameter is a chord? Yes, but what about vice versa of that statement? Is every chord is a diameter? No, every chord need not be diameter. Students, here I have got a circle on which I have got 2 points, point P, point Q on the circumference of a circle. The curve joining them, or the portion of this circle between P and Q, this portion is called an arc. Remember children, an arc is a portion of a circle. And I have one more question. Is center of a circle is part of a circle? No. Center of a circle is not part of a circle. Center of a circle is interior part of a circle. Only the points lying on the circle can be the portions of the circle. So center won't come as a portion of a circle. It is inside, it is interior of the circle. So that's one more important thing. If P and Q are 2 points, you get an arc PQ, and we write that PQ with the symbol like here. So taking P, Q and putting this symbol shows an arc PQ. Remember children, this arc, since it is small, we call minor arc, and the other end, the other part of the or other portion of circle, which is bigger one, called major arc. So you will come to know all this in next chapter of the same 6th standard. Exclusively we will learn some more important terminologies of circle in our next class, in our next chapter. Now coming to the some more important terminologies. As of now, you need to know the word sector and the word segment. You could see in this figure, it is evident that it is part of a circle and its interior portion, where sector is referring some region or some area, I can say. It is referring some region which is nothing but a portion, bounded portion having area. So what is sector? Let me tell you. A region in the interior of a circle enclosed by an arc and one side, an arc on one side and a pair of radii on the other 2 sides. It is called sector. Okay. Now this region, which is bounded by an arc on one side and the chord made out of the 2 points on the other side, is called segment. So a region in the interior of a circle enclosed by a chord and an arc produced out of the end points of that chord will be called as segment of the circle. Now students, here I am drawing a circle. What do you call the total distance of this circle? For example, if you want to measure this total length of the circle, how do you do? Let me know. Do you measure with the help of a scale? No, you cannot measure with the help of a scale. Scale to be used, but you cannot place it on the circle to measure. Instead, you can use some thread, place along this tracing, and that thread stretch, and with the help of scale, the length of that stretched thread can be found. That is, we wrap around the circle with the help of a thread, and using thread and scale we can find the length of that. Remember children, this total length or distance covered to travel around the object circle is called circumference. So circumference is the distance around a circle. The distance around a circle is called circumference of it. Now I drew a diameter. Now after drawing a diameter, this diameter is dividing circle into two halves. So a diameter of a circle divides circle into two equal parts. Each part is called semicircle. So now I got a semicircle, okay, which is half of the circle. Okay, semicircle which is half of circle. Okay, now a semicircle which is half of the circle with the points of diameter as part of the boundary. Now with this I gave you all the important terminologies related to circle. Now let us solve the exercise questions on the learnt terminologies of circle. It is exercise 4.6, question number 1. From the figure, identify, this is the figure, from this figure identify the center of a circle. Center of a circle here is the point point O. Point O is the center of a circle. 3 radii, which are the radii here? O to A is 1 radii, O to B and O to C. So I will write like this: OA, OB and OC. These are the 3 radii, and we are asked to find diameter. Here the diameter is a line segment passing through the center and having both of its endpoints on the circle. So it is AC. So line segment AC is the diameter, and we are asked to find chord. A chord here is ED is also a chord, and AC is also a chord. Okay, so specifically I'll write now ED chord. 2 points in the interior of a circle. So P is the point, one lying inside. And do we have another point? Yes. Which is that point? So points P and O. Center of a circle is also an interior point of a circle. So we have got 2 points. A point in the exterior. Here outside of the circle we have got Q. So point Q is an exterior of the circle. Now we are asked to find a sector. Here sector is the region bounded by an arc at one end and radii made out of the ends of that arc. So here sector AOB, this way we will write arc in the ends, in the center, in the middle letter being center of the circle. So sector AOB and a segment. Here segment is arc ED contains bounds on one end and chord ED ends another end. So this region, so segment is written with these two letters only, but we will say segment. So with a segment ED we will write like this. Now with this, question number 1 is over. Now question number 2, is every diameter of a circle also chord? Yes, every diameter is also called as chord. But what about vice versa? Is every chord of a circle is also diameter? No, not every chord is a diameter. Now coming to the question number 3, you are asked to draw any circle and mark these. So here I am drawing a circle first, and we are asked to mark the center. Let me mark the center as O, and we are asked to mark a radius, and I am marking a radius as A. We are asked to mark the diameter, I am marking the diameter as PQ. Next, a sector. Here I can take this itself as a sector. A segment, for that segment I can draw like this. This is the segment. Next, a point in its interior. We can take a point in its interior, a point in its exterior. So I took a point Y in exterior, and an arc. Here I can take arc E and F. So arc EF I can mark. So choice is yours. You can name with any letters. Now coming to the question number 4, say true or false. Two diameters of a circle will necessarily intersect. Is it compulsory that two diameters of a circle will necessarily intersect? If you draw, you will understand. Obviously, draw two diameters for one circle. Definitely they will pass through the center, that being a common point. So true. The center of a circle is always in its interior. This is also true. Every time center of a circle must lie inside of the circle. So with this, I have completed all the questions of exercise 4.6, and as well as I have completed this chapter, basic geometrical ideas. So from your next class onwards, you will be learning new chapter. So I wish you good luck and take care of yourself. Be happy and be healthy. Jai Hind. Thank you.